אשת חיל מאמצע, ורחוק מפנינים מכרה, בטח בלב בעלה, ושלל לא אכסר, גמלת הוא טוב ולא רע, כל ימי חייך. פיך פתחה וחוכמה, ותורת חסד על לשונה, צופיה לכבוד ביתה, ולחם עצלות לא תאכל, כמובניה ויעשרו, בלהה ויחללה, רבות בנות עשו חיל, והטלית על כולן.
כל אומר קרא ואמר מה אקרא, כל הבשר חציר, וכל חסדו כציץ השדה, יבש חציר נבל ציץ כי רוח Adonai nashva bo. A voice says, cry out. But I ask, what shall I cry? All flesh is like grass. All of its beauty is like the flower of the field. The grass withers, and the flower fades when a wind from God blows upon it. Surely, therefore, people are like grass. The grass withers, and the flower fades, but the word of God endures forever. LeDavid Mizmor, L'Adonai haaretz umloa, tevel v'yoshveva, ki hu al yamim yasada, ve'al nahorot yechoneneha. Mi ya'aleh bahar Adonai, umi yakum bimkom kadsho. Neki chapayim, uvar levav, asher lo nasa lashav nafshi v'lo nishba lemirma. Yisav racha me'et Adonai, utzedakah melohei yisho. The earth is the Lord's, with all of its fullness. The world is the Lord's, with all of its inhabitants. Who may ascend the mountain of the Lord? Who may stand in the holy place? She who has clean hands and a pure heart. She will receive a blessing from the Lord and a just reward from the God of deliverance. Steve and Bruce and Carol and Elliot and family, one thing about your mom and your sister that you all knew is that she loved Broadway. And I was thinking that when we go to see a Broadway play, we're always watching the actors. But as good as the actors are, they're simply saying what a writer writes for them. We don't know what they're really like in real life. They're acting out someone else's lines. Your mom and your sister, she was not an actor. She was a writer. And she wrote her own lines. She didn't read anybody else's lines. She was very sincere. She was very articulate in her writing. Very upfront with her feelings and very upfront with her thoughts. She was a writer. And she reflected passionately on her family. She reflected passionately on her love of family and on creating memories for all of you. She'd write you all letters to express herself. She'd send clippings to make you think about things. She was very honest and very personal and very understanding of the human condition. Of course, she was always more than happy to express herself verbally to you also. She wasn't shy. But in the household, she was the one to make things happen. It was her drive and her passions and her tone that drove the household. Your father, a little more reserved, but Myrna didn't hold back. She had this loud voice. I did tell her once, she had kind of a deep, gravelly voice. I said she'd be great on radio because radio stations like that kind of a voice. She had a deep laugh and she was a big hugger. She showed her emotions and her feelings. I don't know if you know this, her middle name, which you gave me, Liba, means heart. She led with her heart. She loved being a mom. She felt that intensity as a mom as soon as you were born, Stephen. And then came Bruce and then Carol. And you all knew without a doubt that your mom was your ally. Your mom was your fan. She had your back. And you had her love unconditionally. I know your mother would make lists. She'd always have lists, checklists for whether it's a dinner party or a family gathering, for meals, for her own schedule. She was very organized that way. She was proud of her home, her cooking. She wanted to keep the family together. That was, I believe, part of her definition of love, to share things like family traditions and holiday traditions. Your mom, from the writings that I've read, that you've shared with me, your mom was a bit of a philosopher, without a doubt. She wrote about Judaism. To paraphrase, she said, it's not enough just to say I'm Jewish, that's the way I was born, but that you need to love the history of Jews and to take pride in the achievements and the emphasis on using our minds and not compromising in our beliefs. To her, religion meant being a good person, but religion and family, I think her faith and her loved ones were always interconnected. Now, if she were a bit of a philosopher, which she was, and if she had certain beliefs that she adhered to, which she did, then part of her philosophy of life was that the journey of life is so much more satisfying when shared with another person, and that was your dad. A sweet and a kind man, one who didn't look to bring attention to himself, more soft-spoken, but they were very, very dedicated to each other. They loved to travel. Your mom loved art and theater, but virtually every activity they did together. Life to them meant doing things together. Whatever she wanted, he wanted for her. And they took care of each other. When one was ill, the other was always there. And as grandparents, they adored their grandchildren. She could be fun. She valued a sense of humor, warm. She knew how to be silly with the kids. And with her grandkids, she shared special times, special memories. Amish country and kreplach, chocolate chip cookies. And I'll tell you how much she loved her grandkids, even when she was, I got to tell this story, she was stuck in the bathroom. What was that, Emily's wedding? Right? Stuck in the bathroom all night because the latch fell. I don't even know how that happened. But she was still able to laugh at it the next day. Why? Because you said all her grandkids came to visit her and to see if she was okay. When she was raising her 3 children, each of you knew you could talk to her. She would give you advice. She would give you support. She put in the effort to be a good mom. She made sure that she gave you each time. Even the giving of gifts, she wanted to make equal. I know she, as I mentioned, she kept checklists. You 3 were clearly at the top of her checklist. I think what your mom was creating with her feelings, with her warmth, with her being available to you, with her creating family tradition, she was creating a home that you could count on, a home that would help you grow. Steve, you said you think of it, Steve and Bruce, I think you both said that you kind of think of it as a Leave It to Beaver kind of upbringing. A dinner on the table and family and friends around, and knowing your mom was always proud of you, and seeing your parents in love. This was the legacy that your mother wanted in the family. She had grown up in a family where she knew love. It was a close childhood, close with her brother Elliot. Elliot, we want to offer you our condolences. She adored her father, who died when Myrna was only 35, a very significant loss for her. When he was ill, she helped her own mother take care of him. She loved her mother, and later on, after her father died, her mother came to live with her. Carol, I know your grandmother was your roommate before Michael, right? Family closeness and caring for each other and helping each other and being aware of another's feelings, that was all part of her life. Michael, you felt that family closeness when you became close to the family and then part of the family, that your mother-in-law has always been very thoughtful about your feelings and how you were doing at various moments in your life. And Robin, you also felt the special sensitivity that Myrna brought into the family, in which you got to know as you got into the family. Myrna was a capable person. She worked successfully as a secretary before all of you were born, as well as after you had grown up. She was creative as a writer. She understood people, and she adapted to many situations. There was one situation she never, though, learned how to do. She never learned how to live without your dad. I mean, that was very, very difficult for her. And you knew that. And no amount of class time and no amount of training would have been able to teach her that skill, because the two of them were so very connected and so linked to each other. And so these years without him have been difficult for her. And with her fall some years ago, and then with the advanced problems of age more recently, you knew that she wanted to be reunited with your dad. Love was the most important thing to her, and she missed that love from your dad. If she led with her heart, she also sometimes hurt with her heart, and she missed him. I have to comment on this book of essays that you showed me. The essays and reflections that she gave you, Carol, which I think when you turned 21, the book that recently was uncovered from the vault and brought out. I got to tell you, after reading some of those essays, I felt that this was your mother's personal prayer book. Didn't she say she could pray by herself? You know, people misunderstand what prayer is. Prayer isn't always asking for things. If you read a Jewish prayer book, it's not about asking for things. It's about reflecting on your life. It's about bringing up your ideals, things to be grateful for, things that give your life meaning. That's what's in the prayer book. Your mom wrote a prayer book. She wrote a group of prayers, and she gave it to you. It was her way of creating memories to you. It was her way of teaching you. It was her way of sharing with you her honest and genuine feelings. As I said, your mother was no actress, no actor. Your mother was real life. She wrote her own lines. She wrote her life the way she wanted it to be. And you know what? I also noticed one other thing about that book you showed me. After many pages of beautiful reflections, she left some blank pages. I think she left it for you to fill out. I really mean it. I think you should complete the book. I really do. There are a lot of pages that are empty. I think you should take the book and write prayers or reflections. I think you should complete the book and share it with somebody you love. Your thoughts and your themes and your dreams and your hopes. I think that's why they still are in the book. Because the process of transmitting values never ends, not in a good family. It's always being passed to another generation. So in the end, Myrna wrote her life, and in it she had a hero in her dad, she had a knight in shining armor in her husband, and she had the joy and the thrill of seeing all of you on your path to maybe writing your own prayer book one day. Because again, life is not a play, and we're not actors. We're all writers, and I think she understood that very well. She lived with a good name, and she died with a good name. Let's rise, everybody.
תחת כנפי השכינה, במחלות קדושים ודהורים, כזוהר הרקיע מזהירים, את נשמת מרים ליבה בת זמל והינדה, שהלכה לעולמה, בגן עדן תחי מנוחתה. הנבא לרחמים, הסתירי בסתר כנפיך לעולמים, ותצרור בצרור החיים את נשמתה, אדוני ונחלתה, ותנוח בשלום על משכבה, ונאמר Amen.
May we remember all of the worthy and the righteous deeds that she performed while in the land of the living. May her soul be bound up in the bonds of eternal life. May she rest in peace. And we all say Amen.
Amen.
Let's be seated, everyone. We want to offer our condolences to the family, to Steve, to Bruce and Robin, Carol and Michael, Elliot. I want to make mention, of course, of offering our condolences to the grandchildren, Abby and Chris, Drew and Emily, Amy, Danny, Michael, Josh, Alex, Amanda, Alex, Adam, Emily and Andrew, Billy and Sarah, Lily, and great-grandchildren Lila and Aria. The family will be receiving friends for the Shiva visitation at the Wolf Residence in Beechwood, 23700 Halliburton Road. Again, 23700 Halliburton Road in Beechwood, beginning today, following services, continuing until 4 p.m., and then again this evening from 7 to 9 p.m. Tomorrow, Thursday, 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., and again 7 to 9 p.m., and Friday, 1 to 4 p.m. We're going to pause in the service right now to allow us time to arrange the processional. We'll continue and we'll have the burial service at the cemetery. Please remain in your seats for another moment. The pallbearers, however, should now come forward.